The rampage started in late March 1979 when Smith walked into a local mall and took a seasonal position as an Easter bunny. A job meant to spread joy and cheer put him in the perfect position to abduct young children until his capture and execution in 1985. Many of the bodies have not been recovered. As told by the sole survivor, Randy Martinez, Smith would release the children in his greenhouse and force them to go on a deadly Easter egg hunt while he stalked and murdered them. 2 years later, many say he still haunts the home he grew up in.
Murder House, a game developed by indie company Puppet Combo, is about a news cruise team who investigates the house of the presumed late serial killer, the Easter Ripper, only to be hunted by said killer. Murder House is an effective example in evoking horror because of its return of repression, uncanniness, abnormality, and spectrality. The decaying house is homely to the Easter Ripper, but poses as unhomely and unfamiliar to its victims and any outsiders. Especially with the gray sky and fog that surrounds the home, it's pretty unnerving. As representative for haunted houses and media, it's a site where the past influences the present. For instance, the repressed memories of the murdered children linger throughout, helping the player navigate the game to free their spirits and take revenge. As Rebecca Janiker puts it in the haunted house motif in popular American fiction, evocative locations such as places of confinement or sites of traumatic past events may serve as places where characters encounter horrors which readers are asked to interrogate. Tom, who is later revealed to be the Easter Ripper, confesses that he continued the killings to avenge his brother, who took the blame for him and got executed. This relates to another form of repression that Janiker mentions, stating, "So the act of repressing the past, as well as what is actually repressed, may be individual or social in nature, concerned with the subject and his or her family history, or with the larger social history of which he or she is a part of." The combination of the VHS-styled graphics and eerie sound design gives the game that classic horror feel, most reminiscent of the slasher era of movies. The characters appear human with some distortions, but due to their low poly nature, they are animated bodies with lifeless expressions. The house's layout is also uncanny, as its architecture is made to confuse the player and force them to find certain objects to solve puzzles and unlock more areas of the house. Emma having to peel back the layers of the house, uncovering the facades of normality, supplies the player with a sense of voyeurism. This is similar to how Derek Johnson referenced Briggs' claim of how these terrors provide comforting proof that there is something beyond. In my opinion, the most uncanniest scene of the game would be at the end, where Tom's victims rise from being buried alive to eat him. They are one of the many dead objects in the game. Additionally, Kirkland writes how the zombie may be a metaphor for the process of video game engagement, representing the avatar without player, the computer control figure without the human soul to make it truly alive. The scene after the Easter Ripper announces his presence in the game by killing off Dana and Gary is where Emma has a vision where everything is red, "Help me" is written on the walls, and a horrifying Easter Ripper spider is seen crawling towards Emma. These beings that are non-playable but have their own motions exist as real in-game objects, a perception brought up by Janik in her article about spectrality in the video game object. Along with the ghostly figures in the game, the interactive inanimate object also possesses a spectral essence to them. Notably, the skeletons in the basement, notes left by the dead children, and the tarot card eggs that Emma has to collect to stay alive, and how they all have a lasting impact on the player. Janik analyzes the relationship between the two, discussing how both the video game object and the player are in a state of constant becoming, where both of the aforementioned levels have an equal chance to manifest for one moment and let the other one shine more in the second.